Then Kakaji used to say that among the all creations and creatures on this world, human being is the most talented creature. Human being has buddhi tattva, which is governing entity over the all other living beings. Tigers, lions, snakes, elephants, they are powerful and dangerous than us. Whale and sharks and other animals in the sea, they are more powerful and dangerous than us. But still, 6 foot tall human being can control all of them. He can manage to deal with all of them. But can a tiger and a lion manage to live together? Very difficult. A tiger and lion would not easily be together. Or we can say dogs and cats. Nowadays, people at their home have dogs and cats together and they are friends, But that's not the meaning, Dogs and cats is like cats and mouse, So, where there is a mouse, cat is going to run after, So, basically, what Kakaji is saying that human being is very talented creation, by the God, But even though the human being has the talent, that talent has been in 2 directions, negative and positive. All these terrorists, all these troublemakers, they have been negative, smarter people, Can you imagine how smart they were, when they attacked that building in New York? United Airlines, American Airlines, they were giving a free coaching how to fly the plane. Free. They grabbed that opportunity, but for a wrong purpose. When they were learning, they were running out of time, and landing and takeoff is the most important thing. Flying is easiest, Once you are in the air, then now it's very easy. These guys, these terrorists went there and told the instructor that can we have a shortcut? We don't want to learn landing. We don't want to learn takeoff. We want to just learn flying, And nobody had light saying that why this guy was asking only for flying, And they learned flying. And they did a big havoc, But this country is controlled and protected by, in God we trust, In their currency they say that, right? So God somehow protected them. There were few, planes they died, but their plan was to have 50 and 100 planes, attack that way, They were all, in those planes, and they were going to attack all that, And look at the planning they did. They took the Boston to LA plane, which has the biggest tank and nearest to New York, and enough time to get in from Boston to New York to take over, What a planning, So, are they talented? Yes.
They were crooks. They were not smart. They thought their goal was different.
That is what I am saying. Human being has talent, but if that talent is not properly put in the perspective, it can become havoc. It can become demonic. It can become, instead of Brahmrup, it can become Brahmraksas. Nobody can bother that. Nobody can, disturb that big, there are some movies, that some big animal comes, dinosaurs or whatever, and nobody can attack, So, we want to make sure that we don't get into that direction, Everybody is graduating nowadays, right? And those guys hired were graduates also. Couldn't they understand that, hey, I am doing wrong? I am hurting human beings? No. That is doshit buddhi, or a shrapit buddhi, or a corrupted buddhi, And it does not last long, They are not controlling, right? And they cannot control, The divine power is there. Lord Krishna has promised in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharat. Whenever there is a decay of good things, I will come down and I will make a change, But Swaminath Bhagavan has started a master technique, that you don't have to have that kind of problem. In our satsang, it happened. In Ahmedabad, those terrorists attacked Akshardham, And there were sadhus killed, some devotees killed, and some of those terrorists were killed, Their purpose was to create disturbance. But when Pramukh Swami was asked to do appropriately, you know what Pramukh Swami did? In the response, in Pramukh Swami's Akshardham, in our Akshardham, Yeah, they attack Akshardham, but after the attack, they asked Pramukh Swami that, what do you want to do? You want to have a answer with the brick? Or what, And Pramukh Swami used the Sikshapatri, Go to the last, the fourth or fifth slok, Kiran Ben. In there it says, Amara je sadhu hoy, એને કોઈ વગરવા કે મારે. If somebody misbehaves without any intent, without any reason, without any purpose, મળ્યો?
Number 5.
No, last from number 5. તમે આટલા ટાઈમથી વાંચો તો ભૂલી જાઓ છો.
Last one, right?
See, I say last from number 5, now you say last one. ચાલો રવા દો. I will talk, So, what he says, that our sadhu, even though he is disturbed by the negative entities, negative force, for no reason, and are beaten down, they should not react against them. They should not react negatively. Now, that is okay, But he goes one step further and pray for them. And pray for them that their negativity goes away. What a remarkable, what a great thing Swaminath Bhagavan has said, And Pramukh Swami exactly did that. He says that those who have died, we feel, sorry for that, It happened in our Akshardham, But we pray for them and we pray for those who have done wrongfully, so they change. That is what we want to do. That is going to change the society, not bushish activity that we are going to hunt them and we are going to find them, and we are going to kill them,
That's Muslim policy, eye for eye, or Christian. So that's why they are.
It can be anybody's policy who would act that way, It is not titled with a religion, It is titled with individual, But what I am saying is that there is another side of it that we can do this way. And I have seen in many, many cases that action, Swaminath Bhagavan's action, has made a change in the people, To date, after that Akshardham attack, to date, somehow there has been no attack on any Swaminarayan temples. Has anybody heard that any of the other Swaminarayan temple was attacked by terrorists?
No, but there was a plan for Delhi, Akshardham. But it's not fulfilled yet.
We don't
That
want to go
was
much
the news.
detail in that politics. We want to continue with the Nirdosh Buddhi.
So now going back, that intellect can be used wrongfully. And the same intellect can be used for the divine purpose. And the divine purpose is that looking with the eyes of innocence, looking with the eyes of positivity, looking with the eyes of magnanimity, And if we are focused that way, then anything, small, medium, big, whatever, it will make us look different, It would make a difference within us, Any incidents which could happen in our life, we can take it either lightly or positively or even higher, delightly, Today I was thinking, that Yogi Ji Maharaj, that there was one article, in our Powai website today, and that was repeated from Guruji's statement, that Guruji was in Jambusar, one city in India, and in the morning some devotees came and complained that lot of bed bugs, were biting and they could not get sleep for whole night. That devotee came with a just open-minded, that Yogi Ji Maharaj will give them, say, okay, sorry, this thing happened or whatever, But Yogi Ji Maharaj was at a different level, What he says, that we are at a devotee's place, you are in the presence of a Gunatit saint, Yogi Ji Maharaj, and why are you not focusing on the good things, that all these things you are enjoying, rather than focusing on biting of the bed bugs? So he said in a different way. Yogi Ji Maharaj says, we cannot even think negative of bed bugs. They are also divine. Now, can we live to that level? He was living, Yogi Ji Maharaj was living. There was another incident, in Gondal Mandir, which is very dear to Yogi Ji Maharaj, He put lot of his efforts, in making that temple very shiny and big, So some devotees were complaining, in Gondal Mandir, that lot of mosquitoes are biting, at night. So Yogi Ji Maharaj says the mosquitoes in the zone of this, temple, they are all mukta, the liberated entities. Otherwise they cannot come. But they are coming to you, and before biting, they are waking you up, by making noise, nice.
Yeah, come fight with me.
Gun, right? And if you wake up, then do bhajan. So they are waking you for bhajan, but if you don't want to wake up, then they'll bite you. And they'll make sure that you do bhajan, What a great perception or thinking Bappa has, Even beyond that, in Gondal, snake, cobra, bit Yogi Ji Maharaj. When we see the snake, how would we see, With fear, with negativity, with some kind of anger to kill that snake or this like and that, right? He didn't do anything, He didn't say anything, And on top of that, Shastri Ji Maharaj said that Shastri Ji Maharaj says that Gunaditanand Swami has made a statement that Swaminarayan bhajan, by doing the bhajan of Swaminarayan, the poisonous snake bite will not affect. And here is my humble Yogi Ji Maharaj, he is going to prove to you, And there were others, they were arguing, saying that he will die, please take him to the hospital, etc. Yogi Ji Maharaj did not argue that take me to the hospital. He obeyed, That is Nirdosh Buddhi. And to date, we all know that Yogi Ji Maharaj had no effect of the poison of the snake. These are the higher elevated sciences, that we have not seen or experienced in our whole billions of years of lives, that has come new, Swami Bhagavan has brought it, Gunatitanand Swami has brought it. But if we don't put a faith in that, if we don't accept it, then we will be loser. So going back on a nirdosh buddhi, the buddhi which is leading us to the right path to become Brahmrup is called nirdosh buddhi. In that buddhi, Kakaji also used to say there are hurdles, there are obstacles. And Kakaji used to refer to 4 or 5 different obstacles. Have you heard that before? No. First one is sankalp. Sankalp means while doing mala or while doing prayer, we have thousands of things in our list, that I want to do this, I have to finish this, I am not done, I am this, etc. Those are all sankalps, So we have to get rid of them. Vikalpa. When a situation comes, when a trouble comes, problem comes, then rather than remembering God, rather than praying to the Gunatit saints, we go for something else. We find another alternates. We find other options, And probably it may work also. I am not saying it may not work. But you have missed the opportunity, Because in the very exciting time, when you are either too scared or either too happy, your brain centers are excited. At that time, if you cling to divinity, it would get a deep impression within you. It would stay forever with you. At that time, if we don't do that, then we have missed the boat again. Now another opportunity has to come, and it may not come, or it may come like a meteorite, or what do you call that, The 50-60 વર્ષે એક વખત આવે ને comet. Yeah. So our opportunity may be like a comet. It may come, it may not come, and we would have to wait and wait and wait. So what I am saying is that vikalp is also hurdle or problem in acquiring nirdosh buddhi. Our vikalp is only Almighty. Our vikalp is only Gunatit saints. Anything happens, let's take the resort. Let's take the guidance and shelter from divine entities rather than other worldly solutions. Third one is viparit bhav. Bhav means feeling. Viparit means opposite. So viparit bhav is also a hurdle. We have a positive feeling, but if we have a negative feeling, then it is a viparit bhav. Something has happened, and we can take it negative or we can take it positive. We are sitting here, and in the kitchen, a glass fell down, and we heard the shattering noise, right?
And we'll all turn around and look what happened.
Now, we can get upset saying that, you spoil this and you spoil that and you did that. Or we can keep quiet, or we can say, okay, the time for that glass is come, it's gone. Kalyan ho gaya. Or we can go there and help collecting, So many varieties of observation, right? So it depends where we are, what level we are, and that's how we would react. So viparit bhav is the negative attitude is also a hurdle. And then the fourth one is the virodh bhav. Virodh bhav means opposition. If somebody says something, you would say something against that, If somebody is doing some good thing, you would oppose that, And it is our nature, It is our crude nature, that does that, In the old time, when Yogi Bapa used to come to Bombay, Kakaji had made arrangement, from different suburbs. He would have a bus picking up people, devotees, and bring it to the, place of worship, to Yogi Bapa. This was a good venture, right? Good gesture. But there were complaints saying that you are doing for your own people only, you are not doing for us and this and that, and you are not, doing this and that, They were complaining and say, stop that. If everybody wants to come, they can come in train, they can come in taxi, they can come in this. Arey bhai, you admire that, that he is doing on top of that. He is putting his efforts, and all these devotees are making it to come. Admire, but no, virodh bhav, Just do exactly opposite. That is called, Russian style, America does anything, Russia will oppose, China will oppose, In the old time, in 50s, that's when, a lot of vetoes were going back and forth, if you remember, But virodh bhav is also a polluted buddhi, And sometimes Kakaji used to add one more thing. And bhed bhav, Bhed bhav means you create, discrimination within the group. You create discrimination within the, each other, That is bhed bhav, So those are the negativities of the nirdosh buddhi. If we can purify that, then a nirdosh buddhi will be easier to acquire. Kakaji used to say that there are 3 lotus flowers of nirdosh buddhi. Nirdosh buddhi has 3 virtues and qualities. We have talked many times in satsang. First one is suhrad bhav. Suhrad bhav is a lotus flower of nirdosh buddhi. And if you have suhrad bhav, then and then nirdosh buddhi will come. It is a prerequisite. And suhrad bhav is Suhrad, that is his name. Suhrad is made up of 2 words. Su means good, Hrad means heart. The divine heart, good heart is called Suhrad. And if we have that kind of feeling, if we have that kind of, heart, then we would not see any negative in anybody, Like Yogi Ji Maharaj, We would not see any negativity on any incidents, anything, Our focus would be to find positive out of anything, Out of even a pile of dirt, pile of junk, we can find positivity. It's hard and difficult, but it is possible, When you see in India, they have outskirts of the village, the cow dung collections, Those who keep cows or buffaloes at their home, they take the excrete and collect, outside, If you go nearby, it stinks and smells, Have you seen that in India?
No, I have seen in TV.
TV, right. Now, what is good about that heap of cow dung? But a person with positivity would say, lot of fertilizer, good fertilizer, or good fuel burning, You can burn fuel out of it, make food out of it, So, it's all up to us, how we want to look. But what Kakaji was saying, Suhrad bhav is that if one of our fellow devotee has done something wrong, and we know that it is wrong, still we side with that devotee and try to make that devotee not feel bad, is Suhrat Bhav.
That's the hardest thing.
સામાની ભૂલ એને આપણી ભૂલ ગણીએ. If somebody has done something wrong, assume that maybe I have done that wrong, and don't make a big advertisement of that. Yes, Suhrat Bhav. One time there was a lunch time, and there were devotees sitting down on the floor, and eating, and they were offering ghee, the warmed up ghee, liquid ghee, butter. So there was a big pot, of that butter, and one sadhu was serving, and somebody says, "Bring me something else." So he left that thing there, and went to get something else. Second sadhu came, and he did not know, and he kicked that thing, and it all spoiled on the floor, and everybody shouted, that hey, something happened. Then the third leader sadhu came, and he saw that, and he started rebuking that guy, that this is not cheap, devotees have given their blood and sweat and tears and all that, and you are throwing on the ground this and that, Now that devotee, he did not put that thing, it was put by somebody else. He did not know, and he kicked it, But Yogiji Maharaj in the kitchen was very close to that place, heard that, complaint. So he came out saying, what is going on? And he saw that butter, ghee was spoiled, So he went to that saint and said, no, sorry, it's done by me, I kicked it, So when he said that, everybody started laughing, because that sadhu knew that it was not done by him, but that is the principle of Shastriji Maharaj. Shastriji Maharaj has taught that, And when Yogiji Maharaj came and acted, it came back, So the one who was rebuking also, he became happy, He said, yeah, that's fine. And more important, that sadhu who was being rebuked, he was feeling bad and down. He gained strength, Otherwise, he would say, I don't want to stay here, I want to go back home. We would lose one sadhu, right? So what a marvelous action Yogiji Maharaj did, right? That is Suhrat Bhav. If somebody's mistake is my mistake, what if I would have done that thing wrong, So we want to leave that kind of total Suhrat Bhav. I think it's getting close to the 10 o'clock time, and I am not in a hurry, but some of you are maybe. You have to go back long distance, 1 hour away. Sapan is even longer, further, So why don't we continue on the next session, maybe? सजानंद स्वामी महाराज नी जय, आज के आनंद की जय।